Now you might be surprised to learn that I myself only use 8, maybe 10 typefaces on 95% of my graphic design projects. And I've been asked many times which typefaces do I use, which fonts do I commonly use for different projects. And today's video I'm going to divulge exactly what typefaces and what fonts I use for my graphic design projects. Because there are certain ones that I keep coming back to over and over again, and there are some typefaces that are perfect for specific design projects. Now probably my most favourite typeface of 2020 and 2021 is Aileron. And this font family has many different fonts within it, and it just looks so beautiful, so clean, so modern, and so versatile. I use it on a lot of my graphic design videos that you see here on YouTube, and I also use it in a lot of my thumbnails as well. And I get so many comments saying, oh, what font is that? What font is that? What font is that? Well, a lot of the time it's probably going to be Aileron. Because the typeface has so many different weights in it, it's very, very versatile. It can be used on body text, it can be used on titles or headings, and also the numerical values look pretty awesome too. And one of the great ways to use Aileron is on posters or on kind of big impacting headings. But yeah, I cannot get enough of this modern, sleek sans serif font family. Oh yeah, and it's also free, so yeah, there's that too. The next one I get asked about quite a lot is Redwing. And this was designed by a friend of mine, Jeremy Nelson, who's got an excellent website that you can check out, linked down below. But yeah, Redwing is really awesome and it comes in different font weights. And I personally like to use it a lot when using numbers or numerical values. And again, this has been used on a lot of my thumbnails on YouTube, and many comments have been asking, what is that font? There's something about it that just really works when it comes to using numbers. But of course, the characters, the lettering itself is also really neat too. But yeah, Redwing is really good for titles and headings, I feel. Another typeface that's really great for headings and titles, and it's been a long favourite of mine, is Babus. It's really quite a narrow sans serif font, and it's really impacting, and that's why it's so good for using on headings and titles in your graphic designs. For the free version of Babus, there is only regular and bold, and the thickness is actually the same, but there's a slight difference in the style of the lettering and the characters. And you can see that here, there's just a slight difference in the way the font is designed in the different ways. But yeah, Babus is really good for those titles and its headings where you really want to make an impact and a visual presence. Now we're going to get even more narrow for another sans serif font, and that is Antonio. I haven't spoken about this on my channel before, I don't think, but Antonio is really awesome and it comes in both a regular and a bold version. And like I said, this one is more narrow even than Babus. And I personally like to use this on things like posters or headings or titles, and it's just a really unique typeface that I feel that you should grab and download for free. Now moving away from sans serif fonts, I have a serif font that I've shown on this channel before, and that is Kabaisi. Now Kabaisi is really beautiful and it's a really unique serif font, and it does come in only uppercase lettering. So again, this one's great for those titles or those headings that you want to use a serif font on. And again, this one's free as well, which is pretty surprising considering how beautiful it is. And like Babus, there are two different versions or two different weights, but the weights are the same, it's just different styles of lettering. When you use uppercase lettering in Kabaisi, there are slight alterations on some of the characters, which gives it a very unique touch indeed. Next up, we're going back to a sans serif font, and that is Roboto. Now this typeface was designed in 2011 by Christian Robertson, and I'm guessing his surname Robertson is why it's called Roboto, but that's just a guess. Now the fonts within Roboto have been called kind of Franken fonts, because they look like a mixture of Helvetica, Univers and Myriad. But whatever it looks like, or whatever people say it looks like, I personally think Roboto looks really, really awesome. There are many different font weights in the family, and it's really, really versatile, much like Aileron, and you can almost use this anywhere you want to. No list of typefaces or fonts is complete without a slab serif, and that's why in this one I've got Bitter. Bitter is one of my favourite slab serif fonts of all time, or even pretty much just typefaces in general. I think the characters are really beautifully constructed and they're really well thought out. And considering it is a free download, it's really, really neat indeed. But another close second in the terms of a slab serif typeface would be Aileron. But yeah, going back to Bitter, this can be used on body text and on headings and titles as well, and it's great for things like landing pages and so forth. Quite a lot of designers don't know how to use slab serifs, so they kind of steer away from them, but I think they hold a very unique and a very articulate look about them. And then rounding off the list of typefaces I personally keep coming back to and using over and over again is Crimson. Crimson is another free serif typeface that you can download right now. And it does have a lot of weights within that font family, which again just means it's very versatile and very easy to use across many different kinds of designs. And you can see it being used here alongside Helvetica. And I've always said on this channel that pairing up fonts in terms of serif and sans serif is always a good thing to do, if done correctly, of course. But yeah, quick side note, when I was in university, Helvetica was one of my favorite typefaces. I didn't used to think about what the design needed in terms of typography. I just slapped on Helvetica, and it did work quite often because Helvetica is just a nice typeface anyway. But yeah, I kind of grew out of it because I overused it and I became bored with it. And I think Helvetica is kind of overused in the design industry. And I do prefer Aileron over Helvetica these days. Of course, I do use other fonts and typefaces such as Montserrat and, there's so many more, but these are the typefaces I mainly use and keep coming back to for most of my projects. And for people who are saying, why are you squinting or why are your eyes closed? Well, there's a big bright light just right there, and that's pretty much why I'm squinting. But anyway guys, if you want to learn something else about graphic design, do click a video on screen, and until next time, design your future today. Peace.